Opposed? Motion carries. Welcome, Okay, item F. Consider and act on a request of new business permit for Beaver Medical, Gale Beaver, at 7541 Highway 87. That's one of the new buildings right down the road here where the Western Furniture, Western Wear place opened up. Gail would like to.
I'm currently in business already down further in Highway 87, more towards Atkins. So I'm just basically moving into China Road, which I should be right next door to my husband's business to make my life easier. So, so that's all.
Any questions of Gail?
Your hours of operation? Monday through Friday.
I have one question for Tom. I guess we were looking at your landscape plan a while back. How long is it gonna take you to get it finished?
I thought this was my
Yeah, it's
business.
her, she's on the film, I'm.
Your building, we're gonna approve a permit for her to move into your building that's not finished.
What do you
What
mean
do you
it's
mean,
not
like,
finished?
what's
The
your
landscape
definition?
plan.
What do you mean it's not finished?
The landscape plan, how the outer part, we were looking at it when the guy was applying. down the
It's
street.
concrete to concrete,
Well, we need to look at the landscape plan again because it's supposed to be done the way you drew it up. And it's supposed to be taken care of.
What is your
No.
definition of that?
Well, he drew it up in those, you know, those islands out front. I think they have trees and bushes. in
There's
those
trees and
islands.
bushes in all of them, and all
There's a
three of
light
them.
post and grass.
No, there was
The one out by the
landscape.
street?
There's landscaping on all three
Okay.
of those insets.
Okay, well, I didn't see trees in there, and that guy didn't either. He told me, well,
Yes,
he didn't do
there's
it like
palm trees
this, you
there.
know? No, palm trees are by the building. Out by the street, they had trees or something. I don't even remember for sure. The guy pointed it out to me while I was showing him, this is what all we need, something pencil. You know, you did a good job on it. The building beautiful. He pointed out to me, and I thought it was done. I mean, just look at what you did and just get it finished for us, you know? Because people were pointing it out already.
I don't know what they could possibly be talking about.
It was the islands out by the street.
Those aren't really islands. If you'll go by and
Well, I don't know
look
what they are. Okay, they're indentations of the curb.
where there's light posts,
No.
there's really not much more you can do before it gets out on
Well, I
what's
don't know,
considered.
someone had a
lawn.
tree or something. I don't know, Tommy, I don't remember. But you need to look at it. Do you guys have it in the office? Should be filed in the office.
Well, it should be.
It was really want to hear you. You want to.
I left right when you got the permit for the building.
She would.
And I had told
Yeah.
him he needed to
I
turn
got a
the
copy.
landscape plan.
So I-
There should be one there, but if it's there, I don't know.
Well, if it makes y'all feel better, we'll put a few shrubs there.
Well, it's whatever is said that you're gonna do. That's all good.
Landscaping changes every year. Anybody can change their landscaping
That's
at
right.
any time, and I think if anybody here has a problem with the presentation of how the building looks,
Oh, building.
bring it up to us. And if y'all think that our landscaping is, you know, lacking, I just think a few shrubs really wouldn't make much difference compared to the palm trees and all the other stuff that me and my family maintain on a regular basis. And we don't plan to, our only plans are to improve it, because obviously my business is there, and
Okay,
we
well-
have renters there, and we want to just continue to improve it. But we do operate on a budget, and so we're just working on that as we go.
All I ask is that the plan is complete,
Right.
whatever it said.
Any other questions of Gail? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the business permit for Gail Beaver Medical.
I make a motion to approve that permit for Gail Beaver on 7541 Highway 87 East.
I have a motion to approve the business permit for Gail Beaver Medical. Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. Approve this, their business permit. Question? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Okay, item G. Consider an act on a request of variance to ordinance number 960711, section 7(8)(c), to replace or to place a billboard sign on property located at 7687 Highway 87, Wallace, Sherman.
You all have a copy, an excerpt of the zoning ordinance relating to signs.
Go ahead.
Thank y'all for hearing me out here today. I've been a part of China Grove for 4 or 5 years now, and one thing I want to say is the chief over there, he's done a good job. He comes and checks on the property and stuff like that, and I thought that's an added level of service. I love that. So I'm requesting a variance on the billboard ordinance that you guys have, that the city of China Grove has. I'd like to put a full color, high resolution digital billboard there that would considerably add to the quality of the area. It's going to give people advertisement all up and down the China Grove area. As you guys know, it's already growing, and the city is continuing to grow out this way. I think it will be a great asset to not just the city of China Grove, but to the businesses that operate up and down 87. They have access to high quality advertisement in the form of a digital billboard right there on the roadside. The lot is basically perfect for it.
Where is this lot located?
7687.
Where is that at?
Right next door to
Alamo Filters.
Alamo Filters. Yes, sir.
We have the police.
Yes, sir. My horses are there right now. They will be moving. I don't want them to be behind. But these signs, very high resolution, high quality. They do a good job of just making sure that a business is well represented, and a lot of the people up and down Highway 87, you can't really tell the businesses are there until you're up on top of them, you know. And a sign like this I think it would add a level of modernism to the Highway 87 run there. Get good, high quality advertisement to the people who have businesses that operate along the corridor. I made a few little points here. According to a recent outcome, a home consumer survey done on Posterscope, 68% say digital signs are more eye-catching than still signage. 54% say brands that advertise LED billboards are in tune with the times. 42% said that digital signage creates an image of quality. 49% said that the LED screens are more memorable than ads on still TV. Still 41% say that the digital screens make the product more interesting. All of this turns into revenue and dollars for the city of China Grove, for those people who have businesses up and down the highway. I hope to have and operate one along the highway there myself in the near future. And this would be a great asset too. These signs, this is what they look like. You guys can have
I
it.
don't think that's the concern though, unless the condition or the sign. It's the ordinance says that a sign has to be on the business that it represents. So you're putting up a sign for other businesses, because we run into this before, we had some problem. That's why this ordinance was made.
Okay.
That, that you put a sign up, it's gotta be for your business only.
Okay.
That's where it's not, I don't think you're getting off in there about, how good the sign is. We know how good the sign is.
Okay, I got that part,
Okay.
but with the city and with the people who own businesses and operate businesses along that 87 corridor, I think they greatly benefit from a sign like that, something that would give advertisement to them, as well as businesses that are on each end of it. Like I said, the city is definitely moving out this direction. We got an oil company that moved in right across the street from me. I mean, and other businesses are gonna continue to move along that corridor. It would be nice if they had advertising for that, and I'm requesting this variance, but one of the things I considered also was how it would be an asset to the city of China Grove even. One of the things that you be able to look at, this would be an example of a signage that you'd be able to use, even advertise business for the city of China Grove, where people who are running along the highway, who move along 87 all the time, they'd be aware of it. Are you guys familiar with the iPaws?
iPods?
iPaws.
No.
IPAWS. It's a system that was, it's an LED project that was put in place by Homeland Security. And one of the things that they are recommending is that municipalities that operate along major highways, that they have a system in place that will allow them to broadcast Amber Alerts when you have adults that are runaways and people who are, traffic emergencies, traffic accidents, abductions, all of those kind of things, weather alerts, national alerts. This would allow people who are running along that 87 corridor to get that information, and somehow they have these things linked to people's phones to where they'd be able to quickly get the information, and these signs are updatable, like basically on a moment's notice. One thing I would offer to the city of China Grove was when those things, whether it be a weather warning or some kind of a weather alert that would need to be done, my sign would be at the disposal of the China Grove City to make sure that we'd be able to issue those Amber Alerts, weather alerts, and those things, and it would also put us in compliance with what is being proposed by the Homeland Security people. So I think it would be a great asset to you guys as well as an asset to the people who operate businesses along the 87 corridor there. But not just that, there are businesses that, for example, the chief was talking earlier, talking about burn bans and stuff like that. You'd be able to advertise burn bans along those signs and people with those signs, and people would be able to quickly get the information, quickly know who that, and they can be updated at any time. That way you have updates, it's digital, and it's very high quality, high resolution. You have a business that's off in the sticks back there across the highway from me. It's a concrete company. No one even knows it's back there. You know, things like that would be a huge advantage to those businesses that don't even have a storefront. And I would just ask you to seriously consider my proposal and consider what I'm proposing. I put a lot of thought into it. I think it'd be a great asset to the city, and I think the businesses that operate along there would benefit from it greatly.
The thing was, as I mentioned, I understand it is a nice sign, it's probably a good thing, but we've had some problems with this, different things.
Could you give me an example of some of the problems y'all have?
Fireworks, we had a lot of fireworks signs that we put up here, big signs with lights and everything. If we allow one, we can't allow the other.
Yes, sir, but that's not what this kind of sign is.
Well, I understand, but if we allow one variance event, then maybe allow another one. I'm just talking here.
Can you give us some design specifics? You know, the pole is so tall and then the.
Yes, ma'am. We don't have to, I was looking at the sign ordinances that you have. The sign that I was looking at was a 10 by 32 size sign. It doesn't have to be any higher or any bigger than the sign that you guys already have that the ordinance allows for. The difference is that with this sign being a digital sign like it is, and where it will be positioned and how it will be positioned strategically by this company that I'm looking to work with. And by the way, they are an exclusive provider for this iPod system. This company that I'm working for, they're an exclusive, they exclusively work with the Homeland Security people. So they're going to oversee the placement of the sign, make sure that the sign is as highly visible as possible. And it shouldn't be in a way with fireworks or anything like that. I'm not sure why that, are they hitting the firework, the signs with fireworks, or I'm not sure how that is.
No, there was a sign up that the fireworks company had, but it wasn't on their property.
Okay.
And so, and it wasn't, you know, a maintained type of sign, so.
Why would that not be a good thing though for the city of China Grove?
Have you checked with the other businesses as to putting their business on that? How do you feel about it?
No, ma'am, I have not. I haven't gotten that far because I saw that one of the first things I did in my research was to check what this China Grove City ordinance was, and I quickly saw that you had the ordinance that didn't allow you to advertise on any other business except
Right.
the business that you had there. But I mean,
And this is your,
Yes, ma'am.
this is your property that you have this on?
yes, ma'am. And I mean, this is going to be a dynamic thing, and the city is moving this direction. It would be huge to have something there that would benefit the people that move up and down that 87 corridor.
Is there gonna be a charge for you know, your, like the Amber Alert and all of that. I mean, or you're not gonna just put it out there for free, are you?
Well, I mean, I was gonna put it out there for free, but like I said, I could work out something with the city of China Grove that would be very fair to the city, and actually I would even say generous to the city of China Grove, to make sure that we'd be able to give information to people in a timely manner, up-to-date information. If there's a fire, there's a burn ban, if there's some kind of an abduction, some kind of security issue somewhere, a wreck a mile down the road somewhere, I mean, that information can be quickly uploaded, it's digital, and it can be, it's
Would you
programmed.
also charge the businesses to advertise for them on this?
Yes, ma'am. The businesses would be charged for advertising, just like any other sign. The difference between a digital billboard with what I'm proposing, this is one of the cheapest methods of advertisement, or say inexpensive means of advertising for businesses that's out there. And it's the thing that makes it so valuable is that it's a memorable experience. When you drive past a digital billboard, it's not static, and there's no billboards. I mean, now I drove all the way out to 1604, and I think I saw 2 signs. Both of them are oval, dilapidated signs that only one of them had current information. I think one of them was advertising for an urgent care center, one of those small urgent care centers that I couldn't even tell where it was. The sign is in disrepair.
But that wasn't in China Grove? It was
No,
somewhere.
I think that was in Athens.
We try to keep our signs.
This
I
sign.
have a question.
Yes, sir.
Wait, go ahead.
Who maintains this after so long? Like you were just saying, you know, the signs get dilapidated.
This
Is there a
business-
service contract after a while?
Yes,
Or
sir.
it just, I guess my question is, you know, it's gonna get old at some point, and, you know, is it gonna become an eyesore?
No,
after
sir.
so long?
No, sir, it will not. The maintenance on these signs is pretty much, it's a pretty much of a self-maintaining thing. Outside of a little paint on the pole, or the poles that's suspended, whether I go with a single pole or a double pole, the pole, outside of the paint that goes onto those poles, it's a pretty high, low-maintenance sign. These signs have a half-life of 11 years. The half-life on the sign is 11 years. And that's what they're saying. There's no maintenance that's going to be required on this sign for the first 11 years that this sign is operational. After that, what they say is that the LED bulbs in the sign, because they're such high-resolution bulbs, they may need to be upgraded at that time. He says because at about the 11-year mark or a little bit thereafter, depending on the sun and all that kind of stuff, that the quality of those goes down.
Okay, Wallace, we need to get on with our business here.
I have one more question.
Okay, go ahead.
How high up off of the ground is this 10 by 32 sign going to be?
Like I say, it doesn't have to be any higher than the sign specs that you already have for the signs how the ordinance is laid out. I was hoping to put it higher, but I thought that would be a discussion for another time, so I didn't.
Our ordinance limits it to 25 feet from the ground to the
Oh,
top,
that's-
and no more than 120 square feet of area.
Okay, like I said, we need to get on to any other questions that we can ask them real quick. Go
I'd
ahead.
like to just raise a question here. We're talking about technology that's very captivating. And so you're driving along the road, and when you see those things, it draws your attention. And so immediately you have a distracted driver. This could be beneficial to the city's income by having drivers distracted as they arrive at the 50-mile-per-hour speed limit. Because with the size of the sign and with the colors on it, it's going to get their attention immediately. And they're not even going to see the 50-mile-per-hour speed limit sign. So for the bottom line, that would increase it. On the other side of the highway, though, is where the trucks are turning in. And as the trucks turn in, we already have an accident. You have distracted drivers that are looking over captivated by the sign. Maybe the accidents are going to become more severe.
Is it going to be on both sides?
No, ma'am. It's a single-sided sign that's going to
And
face,
which
it's going to
way?
face east.
It's going to face
Yes,
east.
ma'am. It'll face the eastbound traffic. Traffic is traveling, traffic is traveling westbound. It'll face east, but to serve the traffic that's traveling
That's
westbound.
coming in
Yes, ma'am.
towards that.
So what is it gonna cost China Grove?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, like I say, right now, I've got to first get permission to even put my sign on the highway there. And if
What
we
would
did
it
that,
cost China Grove?
well, That
Only
would,
if we advertise on it or use it, will there be a nominal fee?
like I say, the benefits with China Grove are huge. I mean, like I say, it would let you, all these, the meetings and stuff like that, you can advertise them on the side of the highway. High resolution signs that people will be able to see quickly see what the information is and move on. They're large enough so people can see them and move on with the information.
Okay, thank you, Wallace.
So, yes, sir.
Okay, y'all heard, what Wallace had to say about the signs, see if we would like to, would anybody would like to make a motion for this variance? Like I say, we do have a ordinance against this, and y'all had some questions here concerning the, is any council member willing to make a motion to issue a variance for this sign? Okay. Well, it's, right now, nobody right now is, wanting to make a variance for that. Do we want to stay with the ordinance?
May I ask what the concern would be for the,
Do you have a sign like that somewhere where they can look at it?
yes, ma'am, they're all up and down I-10, and there's no signs like that. You don't have to get the concerns that we're going to limit or litter the street with billboards. You don't have to give everybody a billboard access.
Okay. We have a little legal issue there, and that actually we need to have a vote on a motion to deny this request for this variance. So I'll entertain a motion this time to deny this request for this variance.
I'll make a motion that we deny it this time, only because there's a lot of things that we've discussed that I feel we need to clarify with other. Well, first of all, it's not within our ordinance. I don't feel comfortable having to issue a variance. It's the whole purpose these are made up, and I think we have signs here in China Grove advertising their business, and at this time I do not feel it's necessary. So I make a motion to deny that the variance of the ordinance 960711.
Okay. I have a motion to deny the request for the variance. Need a second? Okay, we have a motion to deny the variance and a second. Any question? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Sorry, all this, your request for a variance for that sign has been denied. Okay, next item of business will be new business, will be H. Consider an act on a request for 5 individual electric meters for 7575 Highway 87. This is where the old Western Furniture was. And he's moved down and he's renting these places out. I guess he wants to put electric meters there to charge each individual person in there. Anybody here from? Okay, we have some questions on whether this was a good idea or not, but we need him here to talk to, so.
I have a comment on it. I don't think the city allows right now to put more than 1 meter on a lot. I can't off the top of my head tell you where that's at, but I thought maybe one of y'all might. In the past, I know they've not allowed more than 1 meter. I thought y'all might have, sometimes you look at the ordinances, but I was going to research the contract with CPS Energy to see if there was anything in there, but I do remember from the past them not allowing that based on the fact the city only allowed 1 meter per lot. And basically that would be like if Tommy Beaver charged every person in the strip mall there to have its own separate meter.
How do you do a strip center then? mean,
Then,
you
do
have
they
to
all
have
have
to-
their individual meters? I
I
don't
would
think
think
so.
so.
I don't know, they didn't,
I would think Mark's probably does over there.
yeah. Well, I don't know, I'm just saying that's, to me,
Well,
what
I
that
have
would
a
be.
concern also about that because, you know, we had an issue about septic tanks on there. If he's gonna make separate little buildings and there's only 2 bathrooms and 1 septic system, I don't think that's a go.
I think he put a new system in, a secondary system.
But
I
does
think
it
that was the last time
house,
we
yeah,
dealt
does
with
it house, would it house all 5 buildings?
The 2
Uh,
septic systems will probably take care of whoever.
And is there bathrooms in each one? I mean,
He's got like 3 different bathrooms, 1 upstairs, 2 downstairs, I think. All
I
that
don't-
businesses he has in there now.
how,
I don't know how many businesses he has.
Looks like,
He has at least 3.
looks like we try to have 5. Anyway, he's not here, so, yeah, let's just table this. And we'll do some digging on that and make sure that, it is legal, and when he comes, we'll have some answers for him. Okay, new business. Okay.
I'll make a motion to.
and I'll second that.
All those in favor of tabling that, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Who's second?
Trying to move, I'm trying to get 30 minutes on this. Oh.
Broke it off.
Yeah, don't try to make an hour 30. Okay, next item, new business. Consider, consider an act on a request to replat property located at 7631 and 7635 Triple Branch to combine the 2 lots. Each lot is 1 acre. For information purposes, this is located, I don't know if anybody knows where, Bennett lives on Triple Branch. It's right across the street. This house is for sale. He has, the house is on the 1 acre lot, and he has an acre lot right next to him. It's in a floodland. So, you want to go ahead and give us some information on that?
Yes, the survey on the lot is in the 100-year floodplain, and it has a history of flooding. And we have our house on the market for sale. We own both pieces of property, and basically, we want to make sure that we don't leave a piece of property behind that could become a burden. We're leaving the city, and so we would like to have it replatted, make it 1 piece of property. It would be 2 acres, and on the street there are other properties that have expanded area voids right across the street from us. He did this with the other side of this floodplain. And so essentially, we just want to combine it with 1 side, just 1 piece of property, so that there won't be an issue down the road like we dealt with about 10 or 12 years ago with somebody coming in and saying that we're going to build a log cabin on stilts, and they'd have the horse barn underneath it, or, whatever. So that's our request, essentially.
Okay, any questions concerning, adding these 2 lots together?
Just, if it's approved, we'll need the, 2 sets of the plats to sign when you take them all to the county. We've already got them.
Okay, I don't see any problem there. Any more questions for it? If not, I'll entertain a motion to honor this request to have these 2 properties replatted. Make it 1 2-acre plat.
I'll make a motion to have this gentleman replat his property located at 7631 and 7635 Triple Branch. I feel that that's a good idea.
Okay, we have a motion, request a replat. Have a second question? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead and do your business.
Thank you.
Do you need this to take with you, or do you have?
We have, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, next, item, new business, J. This is, consider an act on employees' salaries and hourly wages. This here is kind of a issue that, kind of snuck up on us here. We, had a secretary, or acting support, attorney or court administrator, right? What's her title? Court administrator, and then they, all our secretaries, quit, and she moved over to the secretary's position, and she was trained by a couple of secretaries, and she got trained the wrong way and everything. Anyway, make it long story short here, she is trying to do a good job here, but she's kind of no place really right now to put her. She can't. The court administrator position is over her head, and so is the secretary position. So we need to talk about what we're going to do with this here position there with her. Anybody have any suggestions?
I have a question on that. I'm not, I know that she was paid a very decent wage for her duties. And at the time, we thought these duties were being done correctly, and unfortunately, we found out differently. It's just she tried her best, and she did not have the right training, although she applied with the impression that she did. Regardless, she was hired, and she's a great individual. It's nothing personally against her. We just need to probably lower her salary simply because she's not able to perform the duties that she was actually hired for. So, in that regards, I guess we need to decide on the salary for her. Is that what we do? That we feel is the best?
Anybody else have anything to say? All right, Mike?
Well, we haven't discussed any salaries, actually. I think
Well, they were in the
we
budget.
need to go back, we didn't ever discuss them. We need to discuss all salaries, really. We need to have a workshop and discuss them all. The only one that we approved was Susan. We don't have the police chiefs, we don't have the other policemen, we don't have the other office personnel. We don't have any of those.
They were broken down in the budget, so y'all did see some.
Yes, that was presented to us in a budget meeting.
With no discussion. Really. That's all that needs to be worked on, yes, me.
Well, I don't have, my main concern right now I have is paying somebody a salary that she's not earning. The other people, I feel, have earned their salary far and beyond what we've expected from them. And my only concern tonight is on one individual. The rest of them I have no issue with.
What are we talking about, monitoring now?
For, the person with, in Beta,
I mean,
well, at $20 an hour and not doing your job.
20 now,
Yes, sir.
and we have a
That's
recommendation.
what she's making now.
And we have a
40 hours a
recommendation.
week she was given insurance, benefits, sick time, and vacation, which was never allowed. There's no documentation of it in this office where this was ever approved. And she is expecting this because this is how she was hired and was told by our mayor. And without any documentation showing us that, I think we need to discuss this. I don't feel comfortable with that salary.
So do we have a recommendation?
Well, from her experience in her application, I personally think I'd give her $10 an hour because right now she's not really doing they're trying to train her, but because of detail and stuff, I understand she's not actually being able to handle everything they're giving her to do. So if we're going to keep her employed, I would suggest that we lower her salary to 3 days a week, at $10 an hour.
That's too much of a drop when someone's been financially expecting a higher salary.
What was your suggestion? What would you suggest?
Well, I would suggest $15 an hour and 4 days a week so she can be here to be able to work with the girls, if anything, to get her experience and try to bring her up to speed.
So Susan, can you comment on any of her?
The one thing I can say is that she seems eager and willing to work 3 days a week. And that she was commenting how that might be a good day for her anyway. But as far as an hourly wage, I had, because she was making so much and had dropped it, the amount that I had proposed in the budget was 18 an hour for 24 hours a week, the 3 days, but she's actually working 8 to 3, and she seems to be okay with that.
How many days a week?
Well, she expects to go 3 days a week, and she has done that some already.
Okay, she's not on 5 days a week anymore?
She is right now. Nobody's told her anything differently. She is aware that it may change. I did talk to her about that up front, honestly, from the very beginning, that her hours of pay may change because the council does decide on that.
Can you justify $15 an hour of her duties that she's performing would be
I
a good
would
rate?
think, just as simple like Margie said, because she went to work here, and they paid her 25 an hour. That's more than I ever made here after 29 years. But she understands that may not be possible now. But personally, I would feel bad for her to 10. Yeah, I mean,
So you're-
I have to think about the city too and their budget, but that's the.
I have no problem paying
It's the
her if she was
predicament.
performing a duty that I would see that was, I know that the courts have been totally turned over to Retta and yourself and Clarissa.
Yeah.
So what is she doing?
Right now, she's helping me. I'm trying to find things for her to do. I've got her, I just get the accounts are in, a bit of a mess, and we're having to go in and break those down. So I showed her how to do a spreadsheet for the court income on each citation. So she's doing some of those for me, and she's, filing things and making copies and, things like that.
So she's a benefit to,
She is, doing some work there. I would hope it would, we'll be able to get more things done as time goes by, but,
once it's.
I'm like this, I'm between that, what's the best thing for the city and feeling compassionate to dropping her that low. But I understand y'all's position too, and it's your decision, and she's well aware of that. She knows that it may drop, and, we have discussed it. Like I said, I was open with her about it, so.
So when you're working 3 days a week, 7 hours a day,
She's been working 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., and she, is aware that she may go to 3 days a week, and she commented how that would be okay with her.
so 8 to 3 is 7 hours.
7 hours.
7 hours, 3 days a week, $15 an hour, how's that sound, Counselor?
Or did you want her at 18? I mean.
No, I put a figure out there for y'all, like Mike said, I had to put something.
Well, I know on her application, she requested $15 an hour, and with her experience of daycare working and shadowing in a court.
Yeah, and she was honest on her application.
Yes,
The
and they hired her, the city knew this when
The
they hired
shadowing
her.
in the court she did after she started here.
Oh, I see.
On her application, she was completely honest that the only, a municipal experience she had was a couple of months with Chapel Park in the permit section.
I have no problem paying anyone a fair salary if there's justified for what you do.
If you pay her $15 an hour, I'll do my best to see that she earns it, and she will.
And 3 days a week from 8
Yeah.
to 3? Okay.
Any other questions on that? I entertain a motion then. $15 an hour, 3 days a week?
I make a motion that the employee in question receives at least $15.
I would state the person, the position or the person's name for the record.
Assistant clerk.
What is her position title now?
Well, she has the title of court administrator that was given to her. It's a 2-year appointment. However, she realizes that she's not able to do that job. She has accepted that, yes. I haven't changed her title. I haven't
Should
did
we
her
change
title,
the
but
title?
I did talk to her about,
Like assistant secretary?
I mean, if it's
Assistant to the
it's
city
an appointed
secretary.
position for 2 years,
yes,
then you would have to remove her from that position for cause.
And then this,
so
is
she,
there another title?
Right, but I don't think you can't,
I think
you can't do that today.
I think you can leave her title like it is, court administrator. That's what she was appointed, that's what's on her oath and her appointment. However, the court clerk is the person who actually takes care of the court. That administrator title gives you the appearance that it's a more important job than it is. I don't think there's any better way to say that. But she will help us in all areas. Wherever we need help, she will fill in there.
Okay, leaving her title as is, entertain a motion to make the salary $15 an hour, 3 days a week for the, court administrator.
And the hours are
Make that.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Okay, yeah,
Well, I have told her that, that would be maybe her, regular hours, but if she needs to work around them, I'm okay doing that. If she wants to work a Monday 1 week, and, you know what I'm saying?
So 3
On a
days a
regular-
week, she can choose?
Her regular would be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's how she would like
we
it.
don't need to address that, that's taken
Right,
care of.
because I'll.
That's regular business hours.
Mhm.
Okay, motion's on the floor, $15 an hour, 3 days a week for the court administrator. Need a second?
Who made the motion?
I did.
I'm gonna make a motion, second that, only because we need to decrease it, and if my motion helps, I'll make a motion to do that.
Okay, have a motion on the floor and seconded to $15 an hour, 3 days a week for the court administrator. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Abstain.
Two for, one abstain. Motion,
I thought you couldn't
I ain't
abstain.
voting tonight. All nine are abstained.
Well, you can't say that because we just had a tie.
No,
Not abstaining too.
That's too far.
2-4.
that'd be next.
Oh, that's true.
I didn't know you could abstain either.
Well,
What do you mean, why?
Okay.
well,
One abstain, 2-4.
Well, put my abstaining, because I'm supposed to vote too, because I'm not the mayor, I'm the mayor pro tem. I should be voting. but
So
I'll just
then
put it
her
there.
salary will remain the same?
Her salary will be 3 days a week at $15 an hour.
But if there's a tie, there's no
It's not a tie.
Oh, so it just goes with
Yes.
our, okay. I'm-
Okay, motion carried. Okay, next item, new business. Item K, consider an act on street sign maintenance. We have a person that does our street sign maintenance, and, I understand he has a, Susan, you wanna?
Do what, I'm sorry?
The street sign maintenance, Bennett, Frank Bennett is our street sign maintenance guy, and I think he has some signs that he'd like to.
Well, he did take some pictures of around the city where the signs are in pretty bad shape. And what he had charged us in the past for it, and he proposes to do again, is the city will furnish only the sign itself, whether it's a street name sign or the stop sign or yield or whatever it is. And he would install it for $75. And if he needs to install a sign in post, that usually requires some kind of digging and maybe some, concrete or whatever, is $175. And he'll furnish again everything but the sign. So in the past, that was pretty reasonable compared to what other, folks we had for that. So he's ready to get started on it if y'all are okay with that, continuing to pay him that much. That's what we were paying him for.
How many signs is he replacing these now?
I can show you, y'all can flip through it. He's got a pretty, some of them are just leaning over, some need completely replaced. There's,
You want to counteract it?
no, I mean, I've been doing them all, I don't charge anything. I mean,
You've been doing them?
Should we need to pay?
there's
You
no
replaced ours.
No.
I didn't know that because he brought up, see the pictures he took the other day?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as somebody calls me about one, I take care of it. You know, they have the signs or whatever. Police guys drop them off.
Well, there's several pages there of signs around the city that have been
I
taken
mean,
care of for a while, so I didn't know you
And
weren't.
that's nobody wants me to do them, I mean, it
No,
don't
I don't
matter.
have a problem with that.
No.
And we pay for the sign and you'll put them up.
No, I'm required hard.
We've got a lot of signs here.
I don't care.
You know,
Now, if you do have to do cement and all like that, you get paid for that, right?
You just have to buy the.
That's what I mean,
the
you get your
materials,
expenses.
because we can't pay him, legally we can't pay him.
Yeah, they get
to do it.
expenses.
Yeah, it's just the poles or whatever.
Expenses.
I don't know. We had a problem a while back trying to get the right toppers for the poles, but I don't know where the toy was
Somebody
getting them
else
from.
take care of
She
that.
got them out of New York, and I was like, oh, God, gotta be closer than that.
Well,
But whatever y'all want to do,
Well,
but I
considering
I'll
also
take care of it.
the price, I could help you on some of it.
There's I'll just turn that over to you and you can call the pictures and
mean,
I ain't doing no digging though.
You get the supplies for me, and I'll put them.
I can get the
Just
sign.
order them in, right? She actually ordered the poles, I came UPS,
Who did?
the toy.
Well, yeah, I can, but.
I don't know what they cost. Yeah, I mean,
I thought you could do that too. I'll give you the catalog and you can order what you need.
and have them shipped in, or
Mhm.
is it easier?
The
to do?
brackets and the poles and all
Is
that.
it easier from the office, though?
No, I think it's easier if you do it.
Yeah, but, so, and then have an open account to the city or what?
Yeah, we'll get an account and you can order what you need and we'll order the signs too and we'll pay the
That's
bill.
fine. Yeah, I mean, whatever we wanna work out, it doesn't matter.
I just
Unless
think it
you
needs to be
guys wanna do
done
something
because there's
different.
quite a few on that. There's many pages of, street sign problems where they're faded or falling over or half the sign there.
Terrible, you get
Missing, no sign at all.
Well, I mean, some of the signs being done after our streets are fixed.
Yeah,
I mean,
You
just
can,
look
it just
more.
says tier rancho, it doesn't have tier base.
There's some signs that don't even continue to be out there.
And some of them he was just gonna remove. He noted on the bottom there what, needed to be done.
You know, the new streets, I mean, we need some new signs, would make it look really nice in the subdivisions and the outer parts of China Road. It's a good idea. No, you're willing, Mike.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me, whatever you guys want to do. I will do it.
Saves money.
I just need to stop. So you can order all the signs for it.
To-
I'll order the signs if you'll get the, because matching up the post and the
Yeah.
brackets and all of
I
that
know
is
what you're saying.
time consuming.
Okay, need a motion to consider an act, I guess, what we're gonna do, appoint, Mike Trainer as the chairman of the street sign committee.
You got a title
You're
now.
my sister, right?
I'll you put that down, don't dig in though.
Well, I'll make a motion to have Mike Trainer and Mr. McCarty, pro tem, to help with the installation of signs in China Grove, with all materials being bought through the city of China Grove, whatever they need to put those things up, the signs.
Okay, have a motion, need a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion made and seconded to appoint Mike Trainer as the street sign committee chairman. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All you vote aye.
Why don't you just give those to Mike, 'cause he'll probably use those.
Motion carries.
Frank did it, my charge for the copies.
Yeah.
You want to make a copy of it or something?
No, kidding. Frank made those and brought them over.
Okay, next item, approval of our new business is, we need to take a few minutes here and go in executive closed session to discuss an item on our agenda here. We have 4 council people sit down there, acting as mayor pro tem. I'm gonna recluse myself from this here and let them handle it. So, at this time, I'll call the meeting closed.
What time is it?
Read as authorized. She has to let that.
As authorized by the Texas Government Code 55 551.071, 1 and 2, consultation with attorney. 551.074, personal matters. A, discuss suspension of police officer John Jenkins Jr. This time the meeting is closed, where they can, the council people can discuss with the attorney the situation, and we'll reconvene in a few minutes.
At 8:42 PM.
I would love to do that.
I haven't had it.